Let's do this example together. Please do it with your Excel. $500 is deposited today. And since it is some sort of payment, it is downward. What is its worth in 3 years at 6% interest? One of the things you need to figure out is that what it is asking you. So when you are experienced with this type of problems, you come up with the idea that it is asking you for the future value. So when you are going to Excel, go with FV. And for the P, put 500. For the payment, put 0. For the MPR, put 3. Stop the video and do it and check the results with the answer I'm showing you shortly. Here is the answer. I hope you have come up with the same result as you can see here, but let's jump to the Excel part. And as you can see, here we have interest rate, here we have NPR 3, PMT is 0 because there is no annual payment here. As you can see, it is just the present value and a future value. And we have had, I've showed you a plan that was like this. No, over there we had also interest payment, but here even we don't have any interest payment. And okay, PV, and it is asking you for FV, so you go for this function FV B2 6% interest rate, C2 NPR 3, D2 PMT 0, and E2 is minus 500 because it is a payment. Okay, now let's make it a little bit more challenging. Now here in this question, in this case that you see in front of you, you have a receipt. Since it is a receipt, the arrow is upward. And you have 2 disbursement that are negative downward at the end of year 3 400 and at the end of year 5 600. Now it is asking you for the present value of these things. For example, you want to know that if you are ready to have such a repayment plan, how much they can give you if the interest rate is 12%. So you see, now you can look at it from another angle. It's interesting. So please stop the video and tackle this challenge by calculating P. See what is the equivalent of these two payments at the end of year 3 and at the end of year 5. And I will show you the answer shortly. Okay, now the answer for this. Okay, how we are gonna do that? The good news is this: all the payments are summable. So what does it mean? It means that you are gonna calculate the present value of 400 for 3 years before, and the present value of 600 for the interest rate of 12% for 5 years ago. And if we assume what we get from here is P1 and what we get from here is P2, P would be equal to P1 plus P2. So if you still have not done the job and now you think with this tip, now you are ready to do it, stop the video and get the answer yourself. Be greedy regarding solving the challenges yourself. Each challenge that you do make your brain conditionally stronger regarding financial challenges. Okay, here is the answer. Here is the answer, and since our focus now is on spreadsheet, on Excel, I'm going to just discuss this part. So we have two calculations, present value, one for 400 and one for 600 with these details. One of them 3 period, one of them 5 period, and you calculate them separately and with the same logic, and I just explained here, you calculate the total present value. Before you proceed to the next slides, make sure you understand everything. Here we have an interesting challenge. Let's do it together. Okay, you need $6,000 in 3 years as a down payment on a car. If your savings earn 0.25% interest per month. So since the interest is per month, the amount is less. For example, if the interest rate is 6% per year, so per month it would be 0.5%. So that's the reason. And just for your information, if somebody asks you what is the annual interest rate, what would be your answer? You are going to say this times 12. That equals 3%. Okay, if your savings earn 0.25% interest per month, how much do you need to deposit today to have $6,000 in 3 years? That's the reason I said that it's an interesting challenge. Because it has some sort of planning, financial planning. You need $6,000 in 3 years as a down payment for the car you want to buy. Okay? And now you are having your money, you have your money in a saving account that pays you 0.25% interest per month. So it is asking you how much money you need to put in the account that after 3 years you are going to have $6,000. So the first question I want you to answer, do you know about the F in this problem? Do you know it or not? Another question, do you know the P in this question? Do you know the N? Do you know the PMT? So stop the video and think about the things. And tell yourself which of the things you know and which one you want to discover. Stop the video. Now I'm going to give you the answer for the things. Do we have the future value? Yes, we know it is $6,000. Do you know P? No, it is the one that it is asking you. How much do you need to deposit today? Present value. What is N here? 3 years. 36 months. So we know that. PMT, do we know that? Yes, we know. It is 0. Because it says that you just deposit the money today, and after 3 years, we want to have $6,000. Okay, let's check it together. No. First, you stop the video. You try to get your answer on your own before you see how I handle that. I'm sure you can do this. Here are the values we have, and we want to see how much I need to put in my bank now, so after 3 years I get the money I need as down payment. So I need to calculate the present value. Okay, what is the rate? It is 0.25% per month. How many periods I'm going to receive interest, compound interest? 36, because it is 3 years. And what is the payment? And please pay attention to how accurately this prompt or help or guide walks me through the next thing I need to input. Now it is tell us about the PMT is 0 because I'm not going to deposit any more money. How much do I want after all this? What is the future value? It is 6,000. Just here I made a mistake because I put, as you can see, 25%, not 0.25%. So it is gonna be nice, perfect. And as you can see, now it is 0.25%. And so it is telling me I need to deposit 5,484.20 now to get $6,000 after 3 years. So the answer would be this one. To make it red, so it's apparent. And also let me teach you a trick, so that, because I have seen many students get confused regarding the number of decimals and that type of thing they need to consider. I'm going to show you an easy way so you can handle this type of challenges easier. So right click, format cell, and here you go and select percentage. You see? And now it shows you exactly about the percentage. Now, what is the percentage now? It is telling you 25%. No, it is not the one that we want. We want this one. So in that way, you are not gonna confuse it. So you see, I'm gonna do present value. What is the rate? I'm just gonna click on this, and it's automatically transferred to here. 36, 0, and $6,000. You see exactly the same answer as the previous one. I have told you that you are going to be bombarded with many examples and until you master this topic. So here we have another example that it wants to compare future value of your money if the interest rate is 5%, 10%, or 15%. So in that way you can compare, and now you can get the idea that, for example, some financial reports that they try to be fun or attractive, interesting, they compare that. They say that if you put now here $100, we are gonna get, for example, this amount in 2 years, 3 years. It is something like that. Okay, so if I want to visualize what it wants to show you, it wants to show you that how would be the rate of increase or growth in your money. So if we get to this visualization and we put here years and here money or value, you will start now from $100, okay? But one of them shows you how would be the growth rate with 5%, the other one with 10%, and the other one with 15%. So it means that if you be able, and during all these years, 0 to 20, okay, 5. So here it wants to ask you to create a tabular structure for this. How you can handle that? Here I'm not asking you for the visualization because maybe it seems tricky if you are not very into it, but for creating a table that says that in different years with different interest rate, how much would be the value? It's the question that now here it has from you. So stop the video and start working on that type of table that that includes this type of data. And now you have everything to calculate it. And now you understand when they come and say, oh, if you put this money after 50 years, you are gonna have this. After 1 century, this. It is not sending rocket to the moon. It is just one formula that we are now analyzing from different perspective. See you in the next video.